Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. We've got trains all over the place now. We have got coal, limestone and iron trains running. Really today is just going to be trying to stabilize those lines, get more trains on them. We currently have 2 trains on the iron line, just 1 train on the coal line, and I think 1 train on the limestone line. Yes, 1 train on the limestone line. So we just need to try and stabilize that a bit. Truck is struggling to find a destination it can reach. Where are you? What are you trying to reach? Yeah, don't do that. Why are you trying to reach it? Because you're trying to get rid of your molten copper. Well, let's turn that off to start. You can't get rid of your molten copper because that can't get rid of its impure copper. You can't get rid of your impure copper because the copper belt is full. That's just because we're full of copper. That's actually fine. That's actually fine. We can upgrade this storage here. Temporary solution to get that over the line. Excellent. So that'll help. I say help, it'll just mean that we're getting copper moved out of there fast. Well, we can store more copper in the buffer. It's more what it is. So let's do that. We have a low supply of copper, that's fine. We have a high supply of slag up here. Really, we just need another train on this line. You are the iron train? I don't know why you're going up there. There's no reason for you to get up there. And if there is a train there that's waiting... Yeah, I don't know why you take those weird routes sometimes. These trucks have been stuck here forever. Can I just move you off so that I know you're not just stuck? Even though trains seem to be able to drive straight through them. Right, we're just going to watch this guy for a second and just see what he does. I believe there is the second iron train is at the station. So this guy should go and wait in the stacker. Let's go and see if that's actually what he does. We've got trucks bringing rock up from down here. That's fine. That's because these over here aren't connected to the stations at the moment. And also we don't currently have rock or dirt trains running. That's something else we need to try to rectify. So there is an iron train in there. So you should stop. And you should wait. Perfect. So you are now doing what you should do. You are waiting for a little more iron to come in. I'm assuming because you're not quite full. Try that again. Yeah, you're a tiny fraction off. And that's because we only have 1 digger over there doing iron because the rest of them assigned to the iron mine are waiting for their limestone buckets to be emptied. Are we able to empty their buckets in any way? No, I don't think we can. That's fine. It'll get there. It'll get there in the end when the limestone's moved out. Might take a little bit of time. In the meantime, we do have an alternative iron source being this ship here, bringing in iron for servers. Yes. So that should be fine. We also have some extra limestone coming in here. That should be... That's that belt there, isn't it? We did put a balancer on this somewhere. Did we? Yeah, so the extra limestone comes in here. That is prioritized as an input on this belt. And this belt feeds both of those. So maybe we also need to put a priority here to prioritize this input, so it's using the stuff. No, we don't really, do we? Because if they're using stuff which is in there, that's probably fine. I would like them to prioritize this. I don't necessarily want them to prioritize this, because that limestone comes in there to feed that bucket there. In fact, it feeds both of those buckets. Okay, so actually, no, we do want a prioritization there. So let's get rid of that. Let's get ourselves a flat balancer. Pop that in there. Prioritize. Wait, why is that output? I thought that was input. Oh, hold on. So I have connected this, which is the feed from the train line, into this over here. But this one, although we can't see the direction, this one goes into this. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that's a mistake then. So what we can do instead is we can take this off. Unity that. And then this we will instead feed into this. And we will prioritize that input instead. Which means it will prioritize the limestone coming from the train station before anything else, which should hopefully help to use some of the limestone from in here, which will get the limestone moving faster, which will free up our iron diggers sooner rather than later. So I think we have more trains in the station. We have one. You are going to go onto the coal line. Off you go. What we also want to do is we want to... Now, I'm sure there is a way of duplicating an existing train. So if we come over here... Yes, you. I want to duplicate you. You're going to be gold, rock, and slag. Get you built. I want another train running on there to help get rid of that gold and slag a bit faster. We also want to duplicate some more of these. But I don't want you going on any particular line at the moment, do I? Do you know what? I'm going to put another one on the coal. So I'm going to put another one on the coal. Don't really need another one on the limestone. Iron's probably fine. I'm just going to put 2 more on the coal for now. We can always swap them over after the fact, should we need. But that's going to rely on stuff coming in from here, and we're quite low on steel there. It would be lovely to have that all belted in, but I don't know if we're going to be in a position to do that anytime soon. What we do have, though, is oodles and oodles of steel, so that's fine. We have a few spaces to build additional vehicles. We might want to think about building additional digging vehicles. We've got them putting down so many concrete bits over there. Which they'll get to when they get to. I'm not too worried about that. So whilst we're waiting for trains to kick in, I suppose we could do with a rock train really, couldn't we? So the rock train would come in over here. That is on iron, copper, coal. No. So it's... I don't think it's this one, is it? Because that's sand. Rock unload is this one. So first of all, we'd need to get this built. And then we'd need to decide where that rock is going to go. Because right now, the only rock sort of output bucket we have is over there. We could send rock into this station, but this station is waiting to unload... it's waiting to unload the rock. Which it shouldn't be, because that should be... Why is that not filling up? Because you've got rock and slag on you. How has that happened? Rock and slag. Just rock. You are rock. You are rock. So something's just got a bit confused there. Let's just bin what's on that. We will also have to bin that because slag shouldn't be there. Does that mean there is slag there as well? Yes, it does. Let's remove that. And that means there is slag on there. Let's remove that. And then just keep an eye on this because it's definitely going to feed through more slag. And more slag. And a bit more slag. Right, that should be hopefully all of that. So this should just be rock now. Okay, so that explains why that wasn't going very well. Let's just take a little look at the slag output belt, which goes up here. It is entirely separate from the rock. So I think that's just where we're swapping over the various inputs and outputs and everything. We could do with that slag coming over here because we were actually running a little low on slag. Not massively low, but just a tiny little bit. So you should now, like, why is that? Is it just because that's slow? Oh, it's because that and that and that we will upgrade. There we go. Right, so that should be coming out of there a bit faster. That train has now managed to unload its rock, so that's going to go over there. It's still carrying full loads of sand and filter media. That's absolutely fine. It'll just top them up as and when they need it. We've got loads and loads of gold on the belt and gold stocking up over there. We're probably not making anything just because it can't get rid of the slag, I'm guessing. Yes, but that's fine. That will come in a second. It's also full of rock. But you are also being told to export rock when you can. It's just that there's no one really able to do that at the moment. That's absolutely fine. We'll hopefully get rid of a little bit over here. So you did not manage to fill up this one with rock. Why is that? Why is this belt not full of rock? I thought it was paused at one point, but I thought we fixed... Oh, we just got no rock in there. All right, that's absolutely fine then. That makes absolute sense. We just need to get rid of the slag. Okay, fine. How are you doing over here? You've almost got them. I'm just going to quick deliver them. It's fine. Let's just get that in there. So whilst all of that is going on and we're increasing the trains that are being... Have we got another digger over? We do have more diggers over there. Where are all of your trucks then? You are there all just filled with limestone. So we're not digging up. Yeah, you're all just filled with limestone because you can't get rid of the limestone because we're full of limestone. Okay, well, I could just remove your iron. I'm gonna, the big ones that are assigned to iron, I'm just gonna delete it. It's not ideal. But I would like to get... Wow, are you iron as well? Oh, you are. So you're also going to go and get that limestone and then not be able to do anything with it. But at least a couple of them are going over here to help them actually start getting rid of that iron now. So that's something. This rock here we do need to deal with. The coal is doing fine. The rock we need to worry about. So let's think what we're going to do here. So we're going to bring it up to height 5. We're going to come to here. We're going to come to here. We're going to come down to height 0. We're going to come to here. We're going to come back up to height 5. Actually, no, we're going to go to height 4. Quick save, I'm assuming. And we're going to go underneath this one. And then we're going to figure out where rock is. Rock is all the way down here, isn't it? So it's going to get messy. This is going to be a messy setup. There's just not a lot we can do about that, I don't think. Let's just pop that one in there. Make sure that is actually definitely rock. It is. Excellent. Let's get that built. And then we really do need to get a rock train up and running as well. So maybe you are going to be a new line. We're going to set up the rock line. So this is going to be rock. We're going to make you... We've already got... We need like a grey. There's just not like a grey, is there? What colour would rock be? If I was rock, what colour would I be? That one. I don't think I've really done this before, but we're going to set that there. Yeah, so let's do that on all of them, because that changes the icon, which is actually very useful. Iron ore. Limestone. And if we set something there, does it say that that train can only then pick up that item? We're not going to do that one, just in case. So you are going to go down to the rock station. We just need to make sure we get the right one. This one. Where you are going to be full of rock. You are then going to come down to here. I'm going to... Which one's rock? I think it's this one. So you're going to come down to here. Nope. No, you're not. It's not that one. You're going to come down to here. And then you're going to go into this one, which is the rock unload. You are then going to empty of a specific product, which is going to be rock. Okay, excellent. So that is set up. That should be off and running. We need to set this up though. So we need to unpause. That's the wrong one. We need to unpause all of those. Is that too many? I think that's too many, isn't it? We then need to set these to unload rock. And we're going to copy that, pop that over to, hello, there we go. All of those, but we're going to pause those ones again. This is going the wrong way. 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 That's that sorted. It's got a fueling station. We just need that rock to go somewhere. So we're going to need a big box for it somewhere. I guess we'll just put that like here for now. We'll leave a bit of space there in case stuff does need to come through. That's going to be rock. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Trucks need to keep this empty. So let's come back down to here. We need to take this one at height, I don't know, height 5. We'll go to there. Nope. Back one. We'll go to there. Nope. Back one. Oh, it's because it's popping out to go over the lines, I see. That's fine. So just come up to there for now. We'll always swap you around if we need to. You're going to go to here, over to here. Quick check on pillar placement, which is fine. And then go to here. And then what are you going to do? And then you're going to go to here and hopefully be able to connect into there. Not easily, but you can connect into there. That's fine. Let's do that. That should mean that they can still access any of these buckets should they need to. Yeah, they should be able to. They might need to move some of these pillars, but I'm not going to remove that one. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Because what is this? This is a random coal bucket that they're being told to keep empty. Why is that even there? I don't know. I can't think of a reason for it, but trucks can no longer reach that sand one because I have messed up everything. Okay, so we are going to have to remove... If we just get rid of these pillars here... Okay. Do the lower one first. I can't. There we go. And then do this one as well. Okay. So you should have a route through there. Now, assuming that doesn't cause you too many issues, let's just have a little look. It absolutely does. We just need to dig it up, really, don't we? We just need to dig it up, which is a horrendous pain. It's a horrendous, horrendous pain. Let's... I'm just going to make a very quick temporary tower, which I'm going to put in here. You are going to be just called temp. You are needing one small excavator, which is going to be that one. You're going to get one small excavator. You're going to get one truck. That's that. I'm going to edit your area, which is absolutely fine there as long as nothing else is going on. And then you need to mine that, which shouldn't cause any issues. And then we'll just leave that and they'll sort themselves out. The fact you can't get there for the moment should be fine. Okay. How are we doing over here? So we should have lots and lots of trains going about now. You are still waiting for iron, but we actually have iron coming in now, which is beautiful. We can see trucks moving around with some actual iron on them, We can see a coal train coming in, which is going to go into the coal station and should pick up a full load of coal. Yes, it is. Beautiful. We have the rock one coming in, but none of this is ready to go. So if we do that, you should actually stop there, but you're not going to get filled up. Ah, because those are set to... Why did you stop there? Oh, because there's a train going off there. Okay. These are set to... No, they're set to load, so you should have stopped there. And also, what are you? You are rock, but I didn't change the colour of you. That's why you look wrong. There we go. Now you look more like a rock train. So I think, yeah, it's just that it wasn't set up properly when you first got there, but that should be okay now. Also, though, that's all paused, so it wasn't actually loading more rock in there. So that should help that. That should help that. Okay, so we should have rock being moved now. I'm not worried about balancing those. They'll just have to sort themselves out. Hopefully we won't have enough rock coming in to worry about it. We do have some sand coming in over here. Not enough for me to be concerned with. We don't have any fuel making it over here. I'm not overly worried, but seeing as we've noticed, we will get that fuel belt built. This one is very slowly filling up, and as long as these are getting fuel in them, which they are, I'm not too concerned. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you're filling up with iron. Beautiful. We have a full limestone train over there. We have the rock train doing nothing. We've got a full coal train there. We have an iron train here. Oh, it's all starting to look quite beautiful with all these trains, isn't it? I'm very much loving that. I don't know whether fuel's going to start becoming a problem the more we ramp trains up, but in theory, we're ramping trains up to ramp trucks down. So I'm going to say the word theory a lot now, but in theory, it shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to mark that one to delete, so when it is emptied, they will get rid of that. You're bringing in rock to there. You're bringing in rock over here to be emptied, but no one can reach you. Well, big boys can't reach you, but we should have, hopefully... Oh, I never actually built you, so you won't have. We should have this digger here on its way, which it is. It's just taking its time to get there, which is absolutely fine. Okay. So, with trains sort of stabilized, we have no one digging up rock anymore, so we could do with more digger teams over there. We are currently researching recycling pollution. I would like you to research this, which I think you are able to. I don't really mind them doing vehicle pollution, though. In fact, I wouldn't mind them doing another train pollution after that as well. If we have a look at our research, chuggy frame rate, chuggy frame rate. We are not getting anything because we're not getting any of these because I paused all of them. What was the ratio for these? 16 to 16. It's a weird ratio. 16, so 24, 48, 16 going to 48? Yes, 3 does, doesn't it? So if we unpause 3 of those, they are making... No, that's making more than that. Oh, I don't know. It's fine. Let's just unpause all of it and it'll figure itself out. Right, fine, cool, excellent. Power is hunky-dory from our new power station. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that anytime soon. That should just be ticking along. So the one thing that's sort of left for us, like in terms of new things, that is, we have lots of things struggling to reach a destination. You cannot reach that. Why is everyone trying to reach this sand bucket? Yep, that's being fixed. It'll be fixed when it's fixed. Don't worry about it. You are struggling to reach lots of places that you probably shouldn't be. No, you should be reaching that. You just stuck in that area. Yeah, because I built that. You just got stuck there. That's fine. Off you go. Okay. Once that digger finally gets there, which I thought it would have done by now, because I thought it was pretty close. Where are you? Oh, you are there. You are digging it up now. Okay, so that problem should be solved pretty soon. We have a truck with nothing compatible for its mixed cargo because you've picked up the waste from there. That's fine. We're just going to delete that. And then you're going to carry on digging, or can you not get underneath there to dig it? You can't get underneath there to dig it. Okay, but you can get in there now. Show me a big boy. Big boys still can't get in there. Ah, da 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 da. Okay, for now, just get rid of that. And then you should be able to... I don't think you can. You're a normal excavator, but you're still not going to be able to get around there, are you? Oh, we're going to have to put a bridge in, aren't we? Okay, it's cheapest to put a bridge in here, so let's do that. So let's do that. Let's get ourselves a U-shaped lift, which we're going to put in, here. You're going to be flipped. That is the right height. We're going to copy you, spin you around. If I put you down and then flip you, yes. And then we want a small bridge to go in wherever you can here, and then we're just going to connect this to this, and then we're going to unity all of that, and we're also going to connect you to you, I suppose, if you want to be really finicky about it. That's the word I'm going for. I know it sounded like I was going for something else then. That was not my intention. Right, so you are complaining because you've got nothing to mine, but that should mean that everything is now able to get over there. So we can now just delete this. And you now have a long trip back over here, my friend. In a minute. Take that off, take that off. You can go back over there. That bridge is now no longer required because we're going to route this down there anyway. And ruin that bridge entirely, but hopefully, unless it's put a silly pillar in. Nope, you come here. You still can't get in there. Okay, in that case, we are going to delete this again. We're going to delete this again. We're going to delete this again. Oh, cancel. Not you. You. And we're going to unity all of that. And then we are going to put a U-shaped lift in, which is going to go here. It's going to go up to height 4, which I think is there. And then we're going to connect you just straight into there. And then we're going to unity that. And then we are going to get rid of that pillar in case that is in the way. And we're also going to unity that. And now, big boy truck, thank you. You can now get through there. Okay, right. Well, that took some time, but we got there. So we now have rock being emptied. That's a bit of a problem. And that's because the station's right. I think if we wanted to use weight stations, maybe we should have put them there. Because you shouldn't have stopped there. Because that's a no-stop area. So there's no reason you should have done that. But now you're going to creep for... It's because there is a no-stop bit just there. Okay, yeah, we can fix this. We can fix this. We can't fix this. Can I not make... Let's just see how this works. Yeah, so I can do that. I can do that. I can't make that a no-stop zone. So yes, I think what we're going to have to do is just get rid of the weight stations. I don't think I've built them quite right. And I think it's messing everything up a bit. This one shouldn't matter as much because there's only one train going to those, or one kind of train going to those stackers anyway. But now that if they can't reach the station, they should stop behind Because it still shouldn't stop there, because it is still in a no stop zone there. So it shouldn't be stopping there still. But now we can't get that limestone in because that guy's waiting. And this is waiting to unload all the coal because the coal can't get out, which is fine because it means we've got a lot of coal. But, you know, it's messing everything up. Okay, so with that resolved, coal is backing up quite a lot. Iron is backing up, but we know we don't need any more coal trains necessarily because we have coal trains waiting, so that's fine. Rock has only really just started. What are you? I don't care about your alert. I might do later, but right now I do not. So I think we're probably okay for trains at the moment. This slag is going down, so we're actually making more gold, which is great. So, right, now we have a low supply of... Oh, mechanical parts is a problem. And also, you are struggling to find a destination you can reach. Not you. You. I don't know who's complaining. So I'm going to ignore that. But we have a low supply of plastic, which is more of a problem. Plastic gets made over there, and that gets belted in. So why do we have a low supply of plastic? How much plastic are we making then? We are making up to, and it looks like it is all running at full speed, we are making 36 times 3, 108? Let's just check that. Let's just check my maths. 108, yeah. We're making 108 plastic every 60 seconds. You use 12, so you use 48. We also have plastic that comes somewhere else, I think. Yeah, it comes down here and goes down here where we are using, what, like 2... 4, 6, 8, another. So we should be not having a problem. We should not be having a problem with plastic. I said you're using 48. That's a 60 belt. But if it is also sending plastic down there, then that belt is not fast enough. So let's just upgrade the speed of that belt, and that should solve that problem, I think. Excellent. Excellent. Low mechanical parts, though. Oh, it's because we're out of teraflops. We're out of teraflops. Do we have space for more servers? Yes. How many teraflops do we need? Another 30. It's actually quite a lot. If we do another 40, that should help that. Is that actually the problem with the teraflops? Oh, it's peaked again. Oh, we need more servers. Okay. Right, mechanical parts. It's definitely not a steel shortage. It's definitely not a steel shortage. Are we just using more mechanical parts than we're making, I guess is the question. Can I be bothered to figure it out? So we're using, let's say, 150 there. Another 50. So it's 200, 250. Say 290. Plus another... so say that's 300. Do mechanical parts go anywhere else? Yes, they go down here somewhere. So 300. Yep. Plus another 30, plus another 60, 364, I think. Do they go anywhere over here? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I think that's everywhere mechanical parts are used, and we are currently using 364, and we are producing 100, 200, not enough. So let's upgrade those, and Unity that. And then just keep an eye on this a second and see if we're going to have belt problems. We probably are. I think that one needs to be upgraded in the very least. Because it's 50, 100, 150, 200. Yeah, that should be fine. So that is going to add a fair bit extra on our steel demand whilst we are using them. And whilst previously, back in the good old days, we weren't making as many vehicle parts, because if we weren't making vehicles, we weren't using them. Obviously, we are now using vehicle parts for stuff. We are also now researching stuff again, so we are actually using research again. This is absolutely full to the brim with research parts. So let's unpause that. That's fine. We've got lots and lots of Unity at the moment. I don't know if that's going to last, but what can we do over here? Well, let's take a quick look at our farms. Are we still having excess food coming down? A little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, which is probably ideal. We've got lots of dump trucks saying they can't reach places now. You're going to tell me what you can't reach. You can't reach this sand bucket. You shouldn't need to reach that sand bucket. Because that sand bucket goes into storage there. So if you needed to reach anything, you could reach that. There's no reason for you to go to that sand bucket. And I have no inclination to give you access to that sand bucket. Gold has run out of things to mine. We could probably do with going down a bit more there, actually. Which is going to be a bit of a struggle. We're going to have to carve out a bit of that there. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get rid of that. And then let's go down to there. And to there. Not a massive concern because there's lots and lots of stuff for it to be using anyway. Is that outside of your area? Yes, it is. Okay. There you go. Right, that's that sorted. Still trucks struggling to reach something. They're all slowly disappearing. I think it was all that sand. In the meantime, there is lots of other stuff for you to be dumping. Dirt is... I mean, it's not low. Do we want to hold on to dirt? We do have a little bit we're going to want to cover with dirt. Maybe this ramp. I'm still a little unsure on that, but maybe that ramp. And really, you just got more dirt coming in than rock at the moment. So they're just doing that. What is going on here? So again, you shouldn't have stopped there because there's a no stop bit there. So I don't understand why you've done that. And what are you waiting for? You've got a tiny bit of slag in you. Does that mean we've filled it with slag? No. It just means that there is a single piece of Mark 1 belt there that's slowing up the slag removal. Okay. Okay, that seems better, and the wood and the gold is both absolutely rammed, so that's fine. Okay, so that's better. That's where you should be stopping. That's what I want to see. You're going straight through because you can go to the limestone one, but you are waiting for this to be empty, so you are going to stop there. That is perfect. That is what you should be doing. Thank you very much. I'm loving how few alerts there are. Oh, as he says that, another alert comes in. What are you trying to reach? They've just gone and done that in a stupid order is what they've done. So I'm just going to recover those, sort that out. That's just all of you. That will sort that out. Has no compatible excavator. Will sort itself out. That is all you. High supply of fertilizer 2 is not a bad thing by a long stretch. High supply of fuel gas, also not a bad thing by a long stretch. We do appear to be using up a lot of our naphtha, so I am going to pause a couple of those just to make sure we retain enough naphtha to make rubber. Which it looks like we are, and also to make the plastic, because we don't want to run out of naphtha. That would be bad. Right, yes, so what is next on the list? Offices, basically, isn't it? We could look at getting into aluminium, rockets, space stations, all those sorts of things. There's also microchip production too. It's going to get rid of the vehicle pollution. It's great that we've got it. We just don't really, I say don't care. It's just not a big thing for us to worry about. If we just get rid of spikes in radiation, fine. Waste is nothingness. Water pollution is nothingness. Ships are a bit of a problem. Train pollution is going to start creeping up. Air pollution's a bit of a problem. I'd like to see... it's hard to tell if there's a significant drop in air pollution once we've done that, in vehicle pollution once we've got that research, but still, it's not going to hurt getting a bit more research. It's fine. So, offices. If we want offices, there is a couple of things we need. First of all, if we look at offices, which are here, they need office supplies. Office supplies are made in an assembler. We want an assembler for, is it control click? Yes, beautiful. Have they finished tiling all that? Not even close, okay. Office supplies are paper, household goods, electronics too. Okay, that's somewhat fine. Household goods probably needs to be ramped up if we're going to do that. Not a lot of glass coming in. Is glass okay? Yeah, glass is okay, so it's just not getting through fast enough. Let's just follow glass through a second. Yeah, if we make that a Mark II as well, because then it gets split into 2 Mark I, so at least those will then be pretty much full. Okay, so that will help resolve that. How many rocking chairs are we using at the moment? We're using 66.6. This makes 32. What do you mean not enough space? Oh, we're telling it not to store very many. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're using 2 and a bit at the moment. Offices. Is that just 4? Or is it 4 per person? I'm guessing it's just 4. So if we say we're going to go for the biggest one, which we may or may not, but let's assume we need 8. So we only need a third of this run-in. So actually, that's probably fine. That's probably fine. Paper. I'm going to say again, paper. We are trucking in at the moment. How much paper are we making? We are making 24 paper. I think this is the only place paper is used. Let's just have a quick look here. Yes, it's the only place it's being used. So we're making 24. We are using 816. We're using most of that. We're using most of that to do research. So we probably need to increase our paper production, which is going to be a slight challenge. Because you need wood chips, limestone, and steam. Limestone is there. If we just take you and we say we're going to put you here. Steam's going to be fine. Not worried about steam. Wood chips, which I'm assuming is this line here. Yes, that comes from just that one there. Can we get you over here? Yes. actually not much of a problem at all. And it's only a tiny amount of steam, 1.5, yeah. So if we just take you and we just bring you in over here. If we build you, pop you in there. You, oh, hello. Unity that. Then we'll be making more wood chips. Making more paper. Okay, let's upgrade this so it can store more. How is this doing? Yeah, it's absolutely hammered through that research there. Unsurprisingly, we'll just let that go. You have everything you need. Yeah, you don't have these coming in fast enough. Let's pause at least one of you, because that's clearly too much. You are struggling to get enough of those, so let's pause one of you. You are... I think that's a 1-to-1 though, isn't it? 24, 24. Yeah, you shouldn't be struggling. Except that that needs more than a 60 belt. So that might help that. You guys are outputting 24, so that and that and that, and I'm going to guess that also need upgrading. Which means we might be able to get away with unpausing that again. You are producing 24, 48, more than 60. So let's also upgrade you and you and you and you and you. Okay, so yeah, Lab Mark 1 is backing up, Lab Mark 2 is backing up, Lab Mark 3 will hopefully be backing up in a moment. That should give us a little bit more research. Excellent. We are full of vehicle parts. That is good to see. So all this has stopped for the moment. Whilst everything is stable, let's take a look at maintenance. Yeah, Mark 1 and Mark 2 are getting close enough that I'm getting a bit concerned. You are a Mark 2. So Mark 2 is relatively easy to resolve. Another Mark 1, however, is slightly more problematic. Yeah, we won't be able to get the recyclables out if we put it there. What about if we put it... There's only one space and we need to get the... Okay, so if we put you... here... You need electronics and mechanical parts. So that's that. That's that. That almost certainly can be a Mark 1 and a Mark 1. And then we need to get the recyclables out, which is a bit more problematic. I don't really want you doing that. I thought it showed me... Yeah, okay, so you can come to... here. And just join in there. It's a little scrappy-do, but... it's fine, and we need it. And then over here... you were never actually connected. You were never actually connected. Any others not connected? Why is that an input there? We have an input on the back as well. Fair enough, just don't think I ever really noticed that. So you're definitely making maintenance too. Okay, so let's also unity those and that. Let's actually get that recyclables out, although that doesn't have the recyclables set as a recipe. Any others not have that set? You're all fine. You're not running, and you also don't have any input. You're fine, and you're fine. Now, one of those said it couldn't get rid of its recyclable. Oh, that's because it didn't have that belt beforehand. Right. So we're probably going to have to upgrade this belt somewhere along here. I can already see that causing problems. So upgrade, 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 upgrade. To Unity that. And then we are going to get into a position where we are going to be definitely getting too many recyclables in, because that's a fairly healthy increase in recyclables potentially coming in there. Is there a Mark 1 bit there somewhere? Why is that slowing down? That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, and why is it? Is it just stuff that's maybe stuck in the junction perhaps? Okay, so that should have, yeah. I sorted that. I just wanted to get that done. I didn't like the fact that it was potentially causing a problem. Okay, so you. And you need paper, rocking chairs, electronics 1. Okay, so you need 3 things. So let's just copy, let's just copy all of that for the moment. I'm just going to pop that there. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that belt and that belt, and I'm going to delete everything up to there. Okay. And then you are going to go in there. You are going to have to be recovered because you're a clown. Okay, so you are not going to be that. You are going to be not that either. Office supplies. And in fact, we just copy. And you are going to be office supplies, which are down the bottom in the list of those, but not necessarily the bottom there. Okay, cool. Paper, household goods, electronics. Household goods is pretty easy. In fact, household goods I will probably bring in from here. Will I? I'd like you to take a different route. That. Bit silly, but it works, so I'm fine with it. Paper and electronics 2. Yes. Now, electronics 2 we have here somewhere. We have those there. They also come down to here. So that's not too bad. We can grab those at height 2. You can come down to here. Why won't you go under that? Because you're height 1, I see. Fine, whatever, do that. And then paper. So we have paper here. I don't really... but we also have this area needing access. Yeah. Okay. Paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not going to work. Paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to here. Over to here. If I asked you to get over here, how would you do that? Can you go through there? No, you can't go over these. So I might then bring you down to here. Over to here. Up to here. Into there and delete that. So it's a little silly, but it's okay. I'm going to tell trucks to keep that now completely full. We are going to build that. We are going to build that. We are going to build one of those. So we're going to need that. We're going to need that. It's a couple of extra belts, but that's fine. And we're going to need that. And that. And that's going to make us 24 office supplies, which should, in theory, be plenty of office supplies. What we do need, though, is people. We need more people for that. So if we wanted to upgrade some of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, Unity, 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 Unity. What's going on over here? Low supply of silicon poly is more of a concern. When it says low supply, it means like I've got none. Why is that? Because you do not have this. You have everything you need. You cannot get rid of your exhaust. Is that because this exhaust pipe is full? No. It's because that goes down into a Mark 1 just there. Okay, so that should solve that problem. Are we using more silicon poly than we were previously? We're making 1836, 72, 144. We're using some here. So we've got a little under 100 left. And the silicon poly, where does the silicon poly go? Is this it? Yeah. We're using 24, 48. Yeah, no, we should be making plenty. I think that was probably just that pipe saying that basically these two can't run simultaneously. So that will hopefully be solved now. And we should be seeing more silicon poly coming out. Okie dokie. Right. Yep, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. We have a low supply of electronics. Okay. Okay, so it's not a copper thing. Rubber is struggling a little bit there. What if I upgrade this belt? So how much rubber do you use? Yeah, so that should be fine. Yeah, so we're getting more rubber out now. We do need more rubber coming in, but we're getting that delivery right at this exact moment. So we have just ever so slightly increased our electronics usage, but by like 4. Oh, we have also increased it over here by another 12. And another 12. Okay, so we have added 24 extra electronics in to the mix. And these make 48, so it should be fine, but I suppose just to be sure. None of that makes me very happy, but okay. So I'm also going to upgrade this belt just to make sure there is enough coming in there, and then yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so that has increased our electronics 1 production by 48, which should be plenty. Although, saying that, this needs to be upgraded. Okay. That should solve that problem, which is good, because we are absolutely hammering through electronics 1. Woo. We have started making office supplies, which is wonderful. We have made... Oh, do these use electronics to upgrade? No. It does use construction parts, which do use electronics. That could explain why we had that sudden peak. I don't know why that doesn't have a bar in it. That's slightly confusing. Right, so we've got a little bit of spare capacity there. unpause that. I'm going to upgrade some more. I would like to go straight for the big office. Can you upgrade offices? Do they have the same footprint? Yes. And yes. So we don't necessarily need to go with the silliest, biggest office straight away. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's going to have to take a bit of a silly route through there, but that's fine. Electronics should be starting to tick up. Where am I looking? It's very hard to tell. I think it is. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. And how are we doing over here? One train trying to get rid of its coal. The iron's just been gotten rid of. That's all good. Over at this end. Yeah, iron's gone. We're full of iron, full of limestone, full of dirt, full of coal. But more importantly, over at this end, we have rock, limestone, and iron and coal all on the belt. So nothing is being drained immediately before it can even, before the next train's even got a chance of getting there. So I think our train system is currently pretty well balanced. Yeah, how's Slag doing? Slag's gone up a little bit as well. How is this doing? It's so close. I mean, we've got to fill like this in, which is a huge amount. But this is looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. Again, I'm not sure how I'm going to tie that in. If we have a quick look at dumping designation, yes, they've basically done there. So maybe I will just say, I need to come in at a slightly lower height, don't I? Yeah, what's the easiest way of doing that? If I say flat 3, and yeah, they're not going to fill all of it in because some of it is going to creep into what's already there, but at least it might make it look a bit neater. Wait, something very wrong has happened there. Hold on a second. That's what I want you to do. So if we just carry that on. Yeah. I think that'll probably be the neatest way of doing it. Except we didn't get the 12 in there. Let's get that in there as well. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's very nearly done. I think I probably will put a layer of dirt over the top of this just so it doesn't look so disgusting. And then we're pretty much in a position where we can start saying, let's bring track down here. We're going to need to fill that in first. And then down here. And then we can start saying, thinking about maybe training this coal up, this copper up. And also we're going to need to start thinking about maybe flattening some of this area to put a station in here for this quartz. Because if we can get to that quartz, that'll stop us having to import quartz and turning it into sand over there. Where that quartz station is going to go, that's an incredibly good question. I suppose this is going to end up being like a bit of a station, a central station area for those sorts of things. Because, yeah, ain't no room over. Oh, I suppose we could just turn it into sand over there. Because we only need the crusher, don't we? Yeah. We can just duplicate this setup over there, turn the quartz into sand, and then put it into the sand station. Yeah, problem solved. I fixed it. Don't worry about it. It's all good. So they are starting to put some of this concrete down. We do have lots of housing available now. I'm very tempted just to do these as well. Of course, because this is going to make sure that everyone's in the higher tier of housing, which in theory is going to give us more unity. So we can do that. We can come over here. We can reduce the fuel consumption, though I don't know if that's really needed. We could reduce the cargo ship fuel consumption. We could increase the recycling efficiency. We could reduce the water consumption. That might be too much. I think we're okay. Because obviously with more people means more food requirements. So we might have to start thinking about keeping a very close eye on this as we get more people coming in. Yeah, we've got 1,000 free spaces now. That's sort of what I want to see. That's sort of what I want to see. And medical's okay, isn't it? Yeah. And this is all keeping up with all of this. And animal feed is full. That's good. A lot of this isn't being used, but that's fine. And we're making a lot of dirt, which is going over there. And we're out of dirt pretty much. So I'm going to turn dirt off of that because I do want the dirt being taken down here rather than anywhere else. And slag is doing absolutely fine. Gravel's doing absolutely fine. But we haven't made any trains for a while. Cool. Right. Well, it's probably about time we stopped then. I was kind of hoping to get into offices this episode. That was sort of my aim. But we do have everywhere upgraded to tier 3 housing. So that's amazing. I'm hoping that's just because we've done a ship delivery of some form and that's going to fix itself shortly. Yep, there we go. Perfect. So that's amazing. That's seriously amazing. Very happy with that. This is not right. That's better. May as well also put those ones in. Not that we necessarily need them, but yeah, that's... How long has that been wrong? When did I do that? Like 500 years ago. But yeah, everyone's in the higher tier housing now, which is brilliant. I don't know how much... I suppose we do have room to upgrade this system. Not so much the bio waste. I suppose we can upgrade the mixers, so I take it back. Actually, we do have room to upgrade that system as well. Yeah, so that's all looking fine. Fine and dandy. Dirt's being told to empty, that's fine. High supply. Still got a low supply of silicon poly. I mean, we're keeping up with demand. Ah, you're waiting for sand. Now, I know we've got sand. And we've got plenty of sand. We could just upgrade all of this to a tier 3 belt. Because we also have sand. We don't have sand coming on the trains at the moment, do we? Because we're not digging sand up specifically. Okay. Oh, we should probably also get rid of this. So that was the temporary station holding. This was, I don't know if I did this on camera or not, but this was me looking at what you needed for like rockets and aluminium and titanium, and I started getting very frustrated and scared. So I just sort of left it and moved on with my life. Yes, we don't have sand coming in over there, but we do have sand here, and that sand has to go up here. So is there somewhere, and I'm looking at you. No, you can't come over there, unfortunately. I mean, there is sand, and there's a fair bit of sand on there, really. But it is also getting split down there. Yeah, if I could get sand, if I could get that sand connected over there, I think that would be a really positive step, which we'd probably want to do from here. Just going to pop that there a second. So this one jumps over. Can I get you to jump over as well? No, pretty much because that pipe's there. You won't even... Oh, there we go. So I can get you to jump over. Will you also jump over this for me? You'll go under it. That's actually fine. Well, hold on. That's exactly what we want. Yeah, do that. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So that just gets some of this sand peeling over there. I am going to upgrade this to a tier 3 because that's now getting split into 2. Half of that sand will come over here to feed this end where it goes down here and into here. Sand is a bit of a problem, admittedly. Admittedly, it is a bit of a problem. But at least now we'll have sand being piped directly onto this belt over here somewhere. So this belt is going to start filling up a lot more. So we should start seeing more sand over here and also more sand over to the glass makers. I don't know that that's as important, although saying that glass is going down. We do want an alert on that. Notify if you get to like 75%, which you're not far off. Because that's not ideal. But that should give us a sort of direct injection of sand into that process. That belt is looking pretty full now. So then it's a case of, is that enough belt speed? So it's enough for those. They look like they've got plenty of sand on now. It's probably not enough for this, or maybe only just. Yeah, it's going on to the Mark II there, but it's not backing up because it is taking enough off the Mark III to deal with that. But okay, that should hopefully help solve the sand problem as well. Which would hopefully... Yeah, Polly's already starting to stack up. That was quick. Makes me think there wasn't as much of a problem as I thought. Haul truck is stuck. No, you're not. No, you're not. So yeah, this is looking good. This is looking good. I think we are going to put dirt over it. We want to do something here. Might expand this ramp a bit, I think. Yep, you're full of irrigation. You're full of fertilizer. You are all good. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to leave that there then. I think that's a reasonable point to leave that. Quick check, iron, full of dirt. But you are being told to empty manually if you need to. You're full of coal, but that's absolutely fine. Yeah. A bit more of a stabilization video than I was intending. I thought we'd whack some trains down, then get on with some interesting stuff, but we didn't really get to that point because we had to do more sort of fixing, firefighting than I intended. So you are going to be rock. We just haven't got a lot of rock coming in there. That's fine, though. Yeah, okay. Things are looking pretty good. I wouldn't mind seeing more rubber in there, but that's not the end of the world. Your acid is absolutely fine. Naphtha looks like it's slowly filling up. Yep, in fact, we just got the high alert for that. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, okay. Glass is filling back up because we've got that sand coming in. Poly's filling up because we've got that sand coming in. I'd like to see this belt staggering slightly because it can't quite fill the belt anymore. That doesn't seem to be the case, but that does seem to have made the world of difference. And we also didn't mess with the pillars enough that trucks can't get down there anymore, so that's awesome. Yeah, if we could get this slag, which technically could carry on over here a bit, but if we could get that maybe belted down, it's all the way down there, isn't it? It's a pain. Just they have to do a lot of finicky driving. Like, where are you going with this slag? Oh, you're going to go dump it, even though there's a place to put slag there. No, because you're told to empty slag. Why are you told? Oh, because if we had extra slag coming in on the belt and this was full, it would go in there to be emptied. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine then. Yeah, we're doing really good for slag as well. Sweet. So we have increased the number of trains on the line. Does that mean the slag's empty over here? Oh, it does. That's beautiful. Rock is starting to fill up a little bit, but you should be taking 2 loads of rock. You are. That's fine. Yeah, you're doing a little bit. It could be more. It's all good. You could go down another level, really, again, because there's more down there. A good chunk down there, actually. We're going to have to carve into the side of this mountain a lot to do that. Or we start coming in over this side and figure out how that would look. But for now, that's all good. We actually don't have full buckets of gold because we're moving enough slag out that this is taking a while to fill up now. Because we're producing enough gold for that. You should not be there, but it doesn't really matter. Because, yeah, there's only one load of good that gets picked up there anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. So next time, we've got 800 people on the island now. We've had a few little dings. In fact, we had one ding that I immediately ignored. Excavator has no fuel. Water resources getting low. Oh, you're getting low. Never seen you get low before, but that's probably fine. That's probably fine. I'm not too worried. We have a lot of water coming into the system. We could probably do more over here with this side of stuff. There must be something else we can do there with water reclamation. I don't know. We've got a little bit there, haven't we? We could always just put some pumps down and just do some desalination. I'm not totally against that if we get to that point. But there probably are also other water sources for us to be tapping. I mean, that one there, that is a Mark III pipe that is full, and that water resource is absolutely full. That goes into here, where it gets mixed with the water that comes from these desalinators. That goes into here, which goes into here, and then there's a Mark IV pipe that takes excess water out of this system and pumps it up there. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. Because then that goes... I never noticed that before. That's great. That goes into here, which is a priority in, and then it prioritizes outputting this one. Which feeds the all that system, and also in fact goes over here. We probably don't need that one going that way anymore, because it doesn't feed this. This is just a different pipe. Yeah, we could probably flip that one again. I don't think that's actually too much of an issue, but hey ho. Cool, right, well, let's finish up then. Productive video, lots has happened, lots of prep work for next time. We have all of the office supplies we could really need. In fact, we have made enough that we've hit the limit on that, which is absolutely fine. We probably want to put an alert on... Yeah, household goods is gone, but that's probably because I just used so many down here. We should be making enough, shouldn't we? I'd like to say notify if you're... I suppose just do empty. There's not a lot else we can do. I don't want to put enough in there that it hits 25%, so just... Oh, hold on, no, cancel. I don't want you upgraded. Notify me if you're empty, and notify me if you're empty. That's fine. Just tell me if there's literally nothing in you, because that means we need to think about ramping up production elsewhere. Unity is looking okay. We don't have a lot of Unity coming in, but we do have a lot of edicts on, so that's great. We have got our fuel usage cut right down. Not that that's a concern, because fuel is honestly fantastic. Food consumption is down, which is not a bad thing, because we've got a lot more people in, and we have got more coming in over here. We'll probably let one more round of people come in, and then I might pause that. In fact, I might just pause that now, because we're basically running everything we can at the moment. In fact, that's stocking up again. How much do you use? 48. Obviously, you use 48 as well. So 16, so it's 3 for each one. So I need another one of these to get this running at full capacity. In fact, we're not getting enough of those in, because we're not getting enough of those in, because you're not getting enough mechanical parts coming in. Because I think your mechanical parts are on a balancer, the same as the electronics. I mean, it's not. You're just not getting them very fast. Because you're sharing them? Not really. They're just not coming out of there very fast, are they? So we could just... I mean, it's silly. But if we can use more, let's use more. And if we start running out, we need to up production because that's using too much. Then we start running out, we need to up production because it's using too much. So yeah, we should start seeing more coming in there, which will up that, which will up that, which will up that, which will up our research. We have researched a couple of pollution things. We're doing the vehicle limit now, which is good. That'll get us an extra 5 vehicles. We could start doing these ones as well. That's -1 to fuel usage. That's -4 pollution. Oh, I see. Fuel usage and pollution. Okay. Slightly different things. We could also look at getting crop yield increased. That could be useful. It's also another recycling edict, but we're not really there. Consumer electronics, I suppose, is the next thing for us to worry about. But that uses aluminium. So that's a whole other thing. Superheated steam, I suppose, is the next thing. And then we can start thinking about getting... oh, where's the actual... I thought that gave you... No, the fast breed reactor's there, and that needs space. Okay, so there's not a lot of point getting that till we can get the fast breed reactors. We need to do space. So we'll do offices, whilst we let a few of these just sort of tick over. Offices give you focus points, which give you some sort of benefits. I'm not really sure exactly what, but we'll figure it out when we get there, I suppose. You have hydrogen in you, but you should be getting fuel gas, but you are not getting fuel gas. Because... Now, I know we played around with this a little bit. But what's happening here? So you have fuel gas. Oh, you just get piped into there. So yeah, you're not being considered for that anymore. So you are simply sending fuel gas over to these to make sure they work. Any fuel gas we produce is coming down here. But that's probably going straight into these. And in fact, they don't have a lot in them. We're just not making as much fuel gas down here. And that's because we're not bringing in that extra compost. In fact, that only comes from the sludge. Yeah, I don't really want these to go out. But we're sort of in that situation where they might. So I think... Because, yeah, that's only connected to that one. Which feeds that as a priority. Which is fine. I'm gonna downgrade that. And then I'm gonna build that. I think I just removed some fuel gas from the system somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just so some of this fuel gas that gets delivered here is going into this system. So one, it's going to keep these burning, which I very much want to see. And two, it's going to hopefully push a little bit of fuel gas. It's a silly thing for it to do, to get driven all the way down there to come back up here. But I would like this to be fuel gas rather than hydrogen, I think. Ideally. And then any excess fuel gas is just going to get piped back up the system and it's going to get delivered back down again. So we've created a bit of a silly loop. But yeah, I'm concerned if that stops running. I mean, we've got full stacks everywhere at the moment. But still. And they're still diligently trying to fill in all of this. There is so much to do. Anyway, I'm doing that thing again, aren't I? I'm sorry. Cool. Next time, offices. We're in a good position. Everything's looking great. Hope you're enjoying this. If you are, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing things. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry. And as always, thank you so very, very much for joining me.